high heels have always been more than just a fashion statement. These iconic shoes, with their elevated soles and sleek design, symbolize elegance, power, and sophistication. But where did they come from, and how did they become what they are today? It's a fascinating journey that spans centuries and crosses cultural boundaries. Believe it or not, high heels were initially worn by both men and women in ancient times, and they served practical and symbolic purposes. Over time, they evolved from the courts of European aristocracy to the runways of today's fashion world. As society changed, so did the styles and meanings of high heels. In this video, we're going to explore the rich history of high heels. We'll look at where they started, how they were used in different cultures, and what they represent today. From their origins as functional footwear to their current status as symbols of empowerment and style, the story of high heels is one of enduring allure and cultural significance. Let's dive into it. The history of high heels is a testimony to their unbeatable charm and cultural significance. The history of high heels is as complicated as the designs themselves. Their roots date back thousands of years. The earliest examples of high heels can be traced back to about 3,500 BC in ancient Egypt, where both men and women wore shoes with high heels. These early heels served practical purposes, such as making walking on mud or sand easier. They were also worn by executioners to avoid bloodshed. However, these early applications were more functional than fashionable. The concept of raised shoes as a symbol of status began to appear in ancient Greece and Rome. Here, actors wore shoes on a platform called chthorni, where the height of the platform indicated the importance of the character they portrayed on stage. The use of shoes to mark positions and meanings was an early example of shoes that went beyond practicality to convey social meaning. In the 10th century, a new form of shoes appeared among Persian riders on a high platform. These riders wore high platform shoes to help secure their feet in the stirrups, ensuring better stability and control while riding. This practice, rooted in the needs of the Persian cavalry, had significant cultural implications. When it spread to other countries, the introduction of high platform shoes to Europe is often attributed to this Persian influence, especially at the beginning of the 16th century, when Persian diplomats visited European courts. One of the important figures who popularized high platform shoes in Europe was Louis XIV, the King of France. The French king, known for his love of fashion and show, adopted high platform shoes as his personal style. He even issued edicts regulating the color and height of the platform shoes worn by his courtiers, ensuring that his own shoes were always the most extravagant. At the court of Louis XIV, high platform shoes became a symbol of power and prestige, marking a closeness to the king and an elevated social status. These early European platform shoes, often richly decorated and brightly colored, were more than just elements of fashion. They were symbols of privilege and exclusivity. The impracticality of these shoes for everyday activities further strengthened their association with the idle class, because only those who did not have to work could afford to wear such exquisite shoes. By the end of the 17th and beginning of the 18th century, high platform shoes were firmly rooted in European fashion, worn by both men and women from the aristocracy. Their evolution from functional shoes to symbols of social status reflects broader changes in cultural and aesthetic values, placing platform shoes in a complex role. Which high platform shoes would continue to play in fashion and society in the coming centuries? As high platform shoes became deeply embedded in European fashion, their design and significance evolved in ways that reflected broader cultural and social changes. The Renaissance period was a key moment in this evolution, when platform shoes gained popularity not only due to their aesthetic appeal, but also for their ability to signal status. In the 19th century, high platform shoes were part of the cultural status of European society, both literally and figuratively. At this time, shoes began to transition from functional necessities to symbols of prosperity and elegance. And high platform shoes were at the forefront of this change. By the 17th century, high platform shoes had become an integral element in the circles of European fashion, especially among the aristocracy. King Louis XIV, who is often credited with establishing the cultural significance of high platform shoes, began wearing them as a symbol of his royal power and nobility. Under his influence, high platform shoes became synonymous with the highest echelons of society. As only those with a certain status were permitted to wear them, it was not only about height, it was about elegance. They were often made of luxurious materials and adorned with intricate decorations, which reflected the wealth and position of their owner at court. High platform shoes took on a new role as they began to symbolize emerging ideals of femininity and grace. Women's shoes, in particular, became more refined, with narrower platforms and more delicate construction. This change accompanied broader social shifts, which emphasized more modest and graceful ideals of feminine beauty. The Rococo period, known for its love of excess and ornamentation, further influenced the designs of high platform shoes, which were often decorated with bows, ribbons, and other embellishments. These shoes were both works of art and fashionable accessories, emphasizing the refinement of their owners and adherence to the fashionable ideals of the time. However, the outbreak of the French Revolution in 1789 brought a significant shift in fashion, as the values of practicality and egalitarianism began to overshadow displays of wealth and status. The aristocracy's association with opulent clothing and extravagant shoes made high platform shoes a symbol of the old regime, leading to their decline in popularity. As revolutionary ideals spread across France and eventually across much of Europe, high platform shoes returned to grace in the 19th century, especially in the Victorian era. This period brought a rebirth of interest in fashion, characterized by a return to luxury, though in a more refined and socially acceptable form. High platform shoes once again became an integral element of the wardrobe. They were symbols of femininity, modesty, and refinement, rather than overt demonstrations of wealth. Victorian high platform shoes were often lower and more practical than their predecessors from the Rococo era, but they still retained a sense of elegance and style that aligned with the era's ideals of femininity. Throughout the 19th century, the design of high platform shoes continued to evolve, and innovations in production allowed for greater diversity and accessibility. As the century progressed, high platform shoes became increasingly popular, becoming more widely accessible, no longer confined to the wardrobes of the elite. This democratization of fashion reflected broader social changes of the period, including the growth of the middle class and the rising importance of personal style as a form of self-expression. By the end of the 19th century, high platform shoes had firmly established themselves as a key element of women's fashion. Their ability to convey status, femininity, and style ensured their enduring presence in the ever-changing landscape of fashion. However, as the 19th century drew to a close, high platform shoes still needed to adapt, reflecting the dynamic changes in society, culture, and fashion that were shaping the modern era. A deep transformation for high heels occurred, reflecting wider changes in cultural and social dynamics. With the beginning of the century, high heels went from being exclusive symbols of aristocracy to elements of fashion available to a wider audience. This change was partly driven by the Art Deco movement in the 20s and 30s of the 19th century, which emphasized modernity, smooth lines, and geometric patterns. High heels from that period reflected this aesthetic, with more fluid designs that matched the increasing number of women entering the workforce and taking part in public life. The 1950s marked a key moment in the history of high heels. Iconic figures like Marilyn Monroe and innovative designers such as Salvatore Ferragamo and Christian Dior had a major influence during this time. The stiletto heel, known for its thin, high design, became the epitome of femininity and elegance in that decade. The stiletto's association with sensuality and sexuality helped to establish the high heel as a powerful symbol of feminine allure, a perception that still shapes its cultural significance today. From 1960 to 1970, there were decades of experimentation and bold expression, as reflected in high heel fashion. Countercultural movements of the time sparked a revival of platform shoes, which had been popular in earlier centuries. These platform high heels became symbols of rebellion and individuality, embraced by both men and women who wanted to break away from traditional fashion norms. This era also saw an explosion of diversity in high heel designs, with a variety of shapes, heights, and materials catering to the eclectic tastes of the time. High heels became a medium for personal expression, in tune with broader social movements advocating for freedom and self-expression. As the century moved into the 1980s, high heels experienced a mix of nostalgia and innovation. Designers began to revisit classic styles from previous decades and reinterpret them, like the stiletto, while also pushing the boundaries of avant-garde and experimental designs. The rise in popularity of luxury brands such as Manolo Blahnik in the 1990s further cemented the stiletto's status as a symbol of high fashion and elegance. These brands, known for their craftsmanship and attention to detail, sustained the idea that high heels are not only accessories but works of art. They can command high prices and signify refined taste. By the late 20th century, high heels had also become emblematic of the power dressing movement, especially among women in corporate environments. High heels were no longer just symbols of flirtation or rebellion. They became tools of empowerment, allowing women to navigate male-dominated spaces with confidence and authority. Iconic images of women in sharp business suits paired with high heels, led by Margaret Thatcher, the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, known for her polished and powerful style that perfectly embodied her belief that being powerful is like being a lady. If you have to tell people you are, you aren't. Became the foundation of fashion in the 1980s and continued into the 1990s, reflecting the changing role of women in society. At the same time, another figure who significantly influenced fashion and the perception of high heels was Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. As First Lady of the United States, Jackie Kennedy's elegant style captivated the world. Her choice of fashion, including her penchant for chic, understated high heels, played a key role in defining the modern, sophisticated woman. Jackie's high heels were not just a part of her wardrobe. They were a statement of refinement, grace, and subtle power. Her style showed that high heels could be both a symbol of classic femininity and a tool of influence and authority in public life. By the end of the 20th century, high heels had undergone a complete transformation, becoming universal symbols of style, power, and identity. They surpassed their origins as functional footwear to become complex cultural artifacts that continue to inspire designers and captivate people worldwide. At the start of the 21st century, high heels were poised to continue their evolution, adapting to new trends and technologies, while maintaining their enduring charm and significance in fashion. In modern fashion, high heels have stepped out of their original role as mere accessories, becoming powerful symbols of style, refinement, and personal expression. They now represent a wide range of cultural meanings and individual identities. In fashion, footwear with heels, such as classic stilettos and high heels, is an essential part of any outfit. With an extraordinary variety of available designs ranging from elegant and subtle to bold and avant-garde, high heels cater to various tastes, occasions, and personal preferences. Their versatility allows them to fit seamlessly into different environments, from formal corporate offices to glamorous red carpets, and even in the everyday hustle of urban life. With an extraordinary variety of available designs, classic stilettos avant-garde heels. High heels cater to various tastes, occasions, and personal preferences. Their versatility allows them to transition smoothly between different environments, whether in the professional setting of a corporate office, on a glamorous red carpet, or in the everyday hustle of urban life. High heels are now valued for their ability to enhance posture, elongate the legs, and add elements of elegance or boldness to any outfit. For many, wearing high heels is not just a fashion choice, but a form of self-expression, a way to project confidence and grace. The visual impact of a well-crafted heel is undeniable, making it an integral element for those who want to make a strong fashion statement. However, this celebration of high heels is not without its complexities. The cultural discourse around high heels has expanded to include discussions about comfort, practicality, and the physical strain they can cause. Critics often highlight the discomfort and potential health risks associated with long-term wear, such as foot pain, posture problems, and even long-term damage to joints and muscles. This has sparked debates about the social expectations placed on women, especially in professional and social contexts, where high heels are often seen as necessary for a polished appearance, despite the physical costs. These discussions touch on broader issues of gender roles and the pressure to conform to traditional beauty standards. The role of high heels in fashion is also increasingly connected to the evolving discourse on gender. As the boundaries of gender expression become more fluid, high heels are being reinterpreted and embraced by people of all genders, challenging traditional norms. The rise in the popularity of gender-fluid fashion has made high heels symbols of identity and empowerment. High heels are no longer confined to one demographic, but are celebrated as tools for self-expression across the spectrum. The brand Crossword is a prime example of this, offering luxurious high-heeled shoes that transcend traditional men's fashion. With the brand's innovative designs, high heels have become a wardrobe staple that combines elegance, craftsmanship, and a modern approach to fashion. In response to these cultural shifts, the fashion industry has adapted by introducing innovative designs that strive to balance style and comfort. Brands like Crossword, Underground England, and New Rock, known for their rich traditions and exceptional craftsmanship, have incorporated high-heeled footwear into their collections that blend aesthetics with comfort, catering to the needs of modern customers with diverse identities and lifestyles. Social media has also played a significant role in shaping the modern narrative around high heels. Platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest have become arenas where the fashion of high heels is showcased and critiqued. Influencers, bloggers, and fashion enthusiasts share their experiences and tips, democratizing discussions on how to wear high heels comfortably and stylishly. This has ensured that high heels remain a relevant and dynamic element of modern fashion dialogue, reaching a diverse audience around the world. Looking into the future, it is clear that high heels will continue to be a significant element of fashion, evolving alongside changing cultural dynamics, while maintaining their distinct appeal. Their rich history, connected with centuries of social, cultural, and artistic significance, ensures that high heels will remain a subject of fascination and innovation. Whether perceived as symbols of empowerment, tools for self-expression, or artifacts of outdated norms, high heels will continue as powerful cultural icons, adapting to the ever-changing fashion landscape, while still captivating and challenging us. The history of high heels is a testament to their enduring charm and established role in fashion and society. From their ancient beginnings to their current status as symbols of luxury and style, high heels have constantly evolved, reflecting the cultural shifts and technological advancements of their time. They have been celebrated for their elegance and criticized for their impracticality, sparking ongoing debates about fashion, gender, and comfort. Over the centuries, high heels have been much more than just shoes. They have served as indicators of social status, a canvas for artistic creativity, and enduring emblems of femininity. Their ability to transform an outfit and convey confidence is unparalleled, making them an integral element of wardrobes around the world. Whether as a symbol of authority, a nod to tradition, or a personal expression of style, high heels hold a unique place in the history of fashion. Looking into the future, it is clear that high heels will continue to captivate both designers and wearers. The balance between style and comfort is likely to drive new innovations, ensuring that high heels remain both fashionable and functional. The journey of high heels, rich in history and cultural significance, is far from over. They will continue to inspire and challenge our perceptions, promising to remain a powerful symbol in the ever-evolving world of fashion for future generations. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your opinions and experiences with high heels. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And if you're looking for a new pair of high heels to add to your collection, visit our online store Globe One to discover our latest offerings. We have a wide range of styles that combine elegance with comfort, perfect for any occasion. Check our website today and find your new favorite pair.